Hi, this is AJ. Welcome to episode 95 of Here's What I Watched. In this episode, I want to talk about the Nicolas Cage and Dennis Hopper movie Red Rock West, which was co-written and directed by John Dahl. I really like this movie a lot. I definitely recommend it. Most of the people in the movie have been in better things, but this is definitely my favorite movie directed by John Dahl. And what the movie's about, it's about a guy who used to be in the Marines, but he's become a drifter living out of his car. He thought he found a job working at an oil field in Wyoming, but that fell through after he made the mistake of being honest about his injured leg. So he drives into the small fictional town of Red Rock and ends up in a bar. The bar owner happens to notice he has Texas plates, so the bar owner assumes he's a guy he's been waiting for named Lyle from Dallas. And the drifter plays along because he thinks he's being offered a job. But it turns out the job is to kill the man's wife. So he keeps playing along, he takes the upfront part of the money, he goes to see the wife. She pays him even more money to kill her husband instead of killing her. And he just takes all of the money that they both gave him and drives out of town thinking he has some easy money. But it turns out not to be so easy, something goes wrong, he ends up driving back into town. The bar owner turns out to be somebody who's actually an important part of the community who has a lot of sway. So things get very complicated and messy. And then, of course, the real Lyle from Dallas, who's an actual hitman, shows up and things get even more complicated and messy. I won't spell out the details of that because I don't want to spoil anything, but the movie does a great job of surprising you. There's lots of twists and turns. It's a very well-written movie that does a great job of blending multiple genres. If I was going to sum it up, I'd say it's primarily a post-western neo-noir thriller, but there are elements of black comedy mixed in for good measure. That mix of genres made it hard to market, though. Red Rock West didn't get a wide release when it came out in 1993, and it didn't do very well at the box office. But it's an underrated gem, and definitely worth watching if you have a way to see it.